They told me the wall was solid, that the room had always been that size, that I was wasting my time checking measurements and tapping on plaster like some paranoid fool chasing shadows in a house too old to care. But I knew something was wrong the moment I stepped into that room and felt the silence pressing against me like a weight I couldn't explain. The hallway outside stretched farther than the room inside allowed, and every time I walked past, something in my gut twisted like it wanted to scream. So one night, when the world outside went quiet and the house creaked with the weight of its own secrets, I returned with a crowbar and a flashlight, hands trembling but determined to find whatever had been hidden behind that wall for so long. It didn't take much. The plaster cracked too easily, like it had been waiting for release, and behind it I found wood, old and rotted, with a symbol carved deep into the surface, a circle with an X slashed through it, jagged and angry like it had been made in a frenzy. And even though my instincts told me to stop, that no good ever waited behind a sealed door in an old house, I reached out and touched it anyway. The door creaked open before I could pull back, revealing a darkness so thick and heavy it swallowed the beam of my flashlight whole. And before I knew what I was doing, I stepped inside, one foot then the next, drawn in by a silence that throbbed louder than any scream. And just as my heel crossed the threshold, the door behind me vanished. Not closed, not shut, just gone, like it had never been there at all. The floor beneath me was damp and spongy, the walls rough like stone but pulsing faintly beneath my fingers. And when I started walking, trying to feel my way through the pitch-black void, I began to hear them. Whispers at first, soft and desperate, rising slowly into a chorus of voices that cried and begged and laughed and hissed my name with a hunger that made my skin crawl. I don't remember how long I wandered, only that at some point, the whispers stopped all at once, and the silence that followed was worse than any sound, because I knew then I wasn't alone. I felt it before I saw it, a presence taller than any man, breathing slowly in the dark, warm and wet and too close. And when its fingers grazed my face, cold and sharp like old nails, I froze, unable to scream, unable to move. And then it spoke. "You shouldn't have come." I don't remember falling, but when I woke, I was back in my room, or what looked like it. But the door was gone again, replaced by smooth, unbroken wall, and the whispers were louder now. Not around me, but inside me, crawling through my skull, laughing when I tried to ignore them, screaming when I tried to sleep. And every night since, I've felt them growing stronger. Sometimes the wall bleeds, thick and black like oil, and sometimes I see faces pushing through it, mouths open wide in silent screams, eyes bulging with madness. And when I blink, they're gone. But the stain remains, spreading wider each time, like the house is alive and dying at the same time. And I can't leave, no matter how many doors I open, no matter how many windows I break. Everything loops. The front door leads to the attic, the kitchen leads to the basement, and every hallway ends in that same blank wall that hides the door I should never have opened. And now it's back. Not just a memory, but real, shifting through the house at night, opening when I'm not looking, calling me with a voice that sounds like mine but isn't, whispering promises of peace and silence and freedom if I just step through again. Last night, I saw myself standing in the hallway. Same face, same clothes, same scared eyes, but smiling too wide, grinning like a mask pulled too tight. And when I tried to speak, it shushed me with a finger to its lips and said, "You already left. This is what stayed behind." I tried to destroy the wall, to burn it, smash it, carve symbols of protection into the floor, but nothing works, and the door keeps coming back, closer each time. And now I hear footsteps behind it, slow, heavy, wet, dragging something across the floor, stopping just inches away, breathing through the cracks, waiting. And I know that one night soon, it won't wait anymore. So if you're reading this, if you found this journal or this message or whatever is left of me, listen carefully. Don't go near the wall. Don't listen to the whispers. Don't follow the sound of your own voice when it calls from the dark. Because once you open that door, you never really close it again. You just invite it in. And it never leaves ever.